Okay, you guys, it's 31 or 2 my time, 30:14 on my storage, and I sat down to make this video at 10 minutes past 12 in the afternoon. If it's a bit windy, you have to excuse me. You also have to excuse the thumbnail. The thumbnail is a very simple example of monkey see, monkey do. Because as I walked to the cafe this morning, there I found, let's try and get out this wind for a little bit, shall we? I don't think that's going to work. But there I found, I know, we could try and walk maybe. Yes, there I found this morning on the way to the cafe a lady with her children on a very dangerous part of the pond, and it clearly says keep off. And this full-grown woman had her children, possibly grandchildren, you know, with their spades and their this and their that, collecting stuff from a platform that clearly said keep off. Now, actually, I'm not going to be able to do this video walking along. We might just have to deal with the wind, you know. We might just have to deal with the wind. Must have been the wind, must have been the wind. Alec Benjamin. Sir, what a beautiful song. So is The Devil Doesn't Bargain, actually. Let's just try this again. Now, I mean, this kind of goes in, really, because the monkey see and do message. Now, yesterday, the day before yesterday, I was 136, 137 on my timer. Actually, that worked really well. It was in my pocket and I didn't see the time. So we'll leave that in my pocket. So yesterday, there I was. No, the day before yesterday, I was sat in a place with two ladies. And Keir Starmer, sir, no, it doesn't matter what my personal thoughts and feelings are of you. I can only apologise for what's going to come out of my mouth next. Because these two ladies were talking about what they thought about our current Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. By the way, Keir, that's such a lovely name. It's very different. Now, I love all names. I tell you, I love short names, I love long names, but I like to be introduced to somebody by their actual name at birth. Sometimes I'm learning that is not always possible. Like Anthony, you know, I said to you before, he was introduced to me as a Tony, but he wasn't a Tony, he was an Anthony. And it crushed me. It crushed me because Anthony's such a beautiful name. Not that Tony isn't, you know. But anyway, there were these two ladies that I was sat with, and they were pretty much discussing, you know, I'm actually, okay, let's have a look. Maybe this means something to you guys. We'll have a quick look. Whatever that might mean to you. So we have a P, we have 1216, we have an O and a Z, we have caution contents hot, we have all of that. Oh, and a 19 there. Look. Now, I don't think there's anything else underneath there. No, it's corrugated cardboard though, so that might mean something to you. And councils might mean something to you. I mean, it's fitting for what we're talking about, I guess. And we have, never mind. 343 on my timer, 342 then it was first. Now, a sentence came out of this one of these women's mouths. And her words were, she said, well, Keir Starmer, I apologise for what is, I really truly do, because I do have my own opinion of you, which is nothing to do with you, because you should just carry on regardless what anybody thinks of you. And I say the same to anybody, and I might get upset. I am getting upset because what she said to me was, I wouldn't piss on him if he went up in flames. Now, it hurt my soul, actually, because never mind, there's a song in my mind and there's just no point even going through that, because one day soon some people are going to realise the devastation they cause with their songs, their music, their sayings, their this, their that. Because I have to deal with the devastation I cause when having to unpick everything and do everything. But anyway, I could not believe what was coming out of this woman's mouth. And I said to her, the other lady said to me, who, as I've told you before, she has she's worked well, her husband has worked alongside some pretty important people in this world, apparently important people in this world. And by the way, my son had an argument with me this morning again about Elton John and Prince Harry, and about how, you know, I've got the wrong opinion. I'm going to say it one more time. A promise was made to the princess about the emotional, psychological, spiritual safety of her children. And what has happened is a promise has been broken. Now, regardless of what the princess did or did not do in her life, well, it doesn't matter how many men she did or did not have. It's none of anyone's business, least of all mine. Well, I say least of all mine, but okay, the numbers 6 and 7 might mean something to you, or T and S. So, and black and red, red and white. So, the fact is, Prince Harry was very young when he lost his mother. His mother, not only was he in the media constantly, she was constantly. What was said about him was ridiculous, because you cannot attack somebody's personal, psychological, emotional state if you're not prepared to put the correct support in place for that person. And that's exactly what happened with Prince Harry. That's exactly what happened with Prince Harry. Everybody has bitched, everybody has moaned, everybody has really had put their 2p's worth in about how he behaves, how he handles certain things, when really and truly, that boy was set up to fail. And actually, Elton John had a duty towards that child. And he did. Because he said he would do something. You cannot sit at someone's funeral and sing "Goodbye, England's Rose," but treat her child like a damn weed. Now, we're going to get off that and back onto this. So I said to these ladies, because the other lady, she was telling me, wow, don't you agree? I said, no. I said, I wouldn't not help somebody, a human being. Wow, look what he's doing to the elderly, and look what he's doing to this, and look what he's doing to that. And I said, well, I just appreciate it must be very hard to run an entire country in the right way for everybody. And then, you know, the racism, it came, where how certain people don't belong here in their eyes and all this lot. And at that point, I said, oh, you know, I've got my son home, I have to go. Because I made a promise to her husband when he died. I promised him I would help to look after her, because he's no longer around, poor John. And I intend to keep that promise in small doses, very, very small doses, because I cannot sit there a lot. You know, she watches a lot of Judge Judy. She almost becomes her. Because she goes, nah, I don't believe that. Nah, she even puts the face on as well. It's really quite comical sometimes how some people will take on other people's personas, but they can't carry their personality because they're not the same. And I could not believe. I had to fight the tears back actually yesterday or the day before, because I couldn't believe there is a man trying his hardest, I hope trying his hardest to run the country. A whole country with millions of people that all want their say, and they all want everyone to do right by them, but everybody is different. We're all the same, but we're different. Which means the rules for one aren't the rules for another. It must be a very difficult job to run a damn country fairly, for people that they say belong here and don't belong here. Everybody belongs everywhere in this world. That's a fact, whether it's adhered to or not. But to hear somebody say, I wouldn't piss on him if he was in flames, I could not believe. Monkeys see, monkey do. Except some monkeys see, but they don't do. And those are the kinds of people that should be in jobs, in positions in this world, to teach others, to lead others into, you might have seen, but child, you don't have to do. I saw a picture today. It said, it was of a book. It said SAS 956, 957 at my time. It said SAS Italian job, this book. And underneath was another book, The Last Orphan. Because some monkeys, you know, they see, but they don't always do. I kissed Starmer, I can tell you now. It broke my soul for you yesterday. Whether you're right or wrong in the things that you do and you say, I don't know. I don't run the country. I would be a fool, an absolute fool, to even try and put myself in your position. Although I could, because I'm an empath, a super duper do. Someone said to me just now, I walked up to someone in the cafe. I said, I just overheard your conversation. I'm not earwigging, but I just got to tell you this. And they said, oh my God, she's an energy queen. And as I walked off, I told him something else. He went, oh my God, you're an angel. Thank you. People that help others, you know, acts of random kindness. Oh, I'm looking at the children on the swings right now. How happy and oblivious they are to what's going to come if people do not stop doing just because they have seen or heard something. And you know, just because you read it in a magazine, you see it on a TV screen, don't make it factual. 11:22 on my time, and my phone is now out my pocket again. Doesn't make it factual. You're right. It doesn't. You people, you believe everything you see and you read. I say to my sons every day. He says about space. I'm like, says who? Who says that? Who says? Unless we can go up there ourselves and look ourselves, we don't know what we're being told is true. That's why whoever's stealing my content, good luck very soon. I'm going to plant a video over the next 6 months. You're not going to know which one it is. And if you go running to certain leaders with this video that might be true, it might not be true, you risk your life, babes. You risk your life. That's up to you. You keep putting mine at risk all the time because I'm so ready to just jump off any building I find right now. So ready. So ready to leap, right? To leap. Keir Starmer. I could not believe this woman. And I thought, there's that spell work again. There's that nasty spell work of shit that you've heard on the radio, on the TV, in a song, from your mum, from your dad, from your grandma, from your granddad, because you're just a sheep, you're not just a monkey. Now you're a sheep, you're a monkey sheep. I could not believe her words were, I would not piss on him if he was in flames. How very dare anybody. It's like athletes, you know. You got people that sit there and they watch these athletes and they scream at them, no, you missed the ball, you fucking idiot, no. And I'm thinking, is that you? Are you one of those athletes? Are you exerting yourself to the best of your ability that you can to kick that ball into that little tiny space, or to this or to that or to whatever it is at the time? When you moan at doctors and things like that, they probably did their best. The best. What are you doing? Now, unfortunately, this lady said something else to me yesterday. This lady from Malta said something else to me yesterday that has just hang on, just let me enjoy this moment of niceness. This little baby's just gone past me in a pram. Completely oblivious. Completely oblivious. Right, now that's over. I don't like to be angry or sad or upset around young children passing me by because, you know, everybody feeds off my energy, whether they mean it or not. I could not believe things coming out of this woman's mouth, and I cannot believe what came out of the other lady's mouth next. Keir Starmer, on behalf of the residents in my block, I apologise, sir. I apologise for these women talking the way they do about you, about your ability to lead. I really cannot share with you what I think and feel about you. But I can say it must be very difficult, as this is what I told these ladies, it must be very difficult to run a whole damn country fairly for everybody. To claw back some of the, apparently the economy, which I'm sorry, I've got my own view about that as well. If everyone just damn well worked together. And these ladies are constantly going on about these people coming in from, you know, other countries and how they don't belong here. And I'm like, these are the people actually, you know, a lot of these people, most of these people. And I tell you something else as well, what's really annoyed me. 1515 on my timer is they keep coming out with lines like, oh, these asylum seekers kill, these asylum seekers do this. Actually, yeah, people that live in this country, that were born and bred in this country, they kill, they maim, they rape, they hurt, they lie. Just as much, if not more, as anybody else. And then they're going on about, oh, how this used to be a Christian country. And I'm like, I didn't know certain religions were only supposed to be in certain countries. You know, I didn't realise that. I thought God was everywhere. No matter what God that is. God is everywhere. Right? Right? Anyway, if God's even real, you know. God's even real. 16:01 on my timer. Maybe God is real. Maybe God doesn't look like God. Maybe God's a man. Maybe God's a woman. Maybe God is in the dog that just walked past me and tried to eat a leaf. I used to eat leaves. Well, not eat leaves. I used to walk along and pick a leaf off a tree, and I used to sniff it and rub it under my nose. I don't know why. It still when I'm an adult. I still do it. I still do it. I just need to know what it feels like. I just need to know. I've got this obsession with 18-wheelers as well. Sometimes it just boggles my mind. I wonder if I'd get back up, which I would, unfortunately. I kissed Starmer again. I can't even say it without it making me really sad. And on behalf of these women, they said that yesterday, or the day before yesterday, and the other things that came out their mouth, which I am not prepared to put online. No. Considering the Maltese lady that was sat before me is not from this country, I could not believe the filth that was coming out of hers and this other lady in my block's mouth. I've been sandwiched in. I'm in a road full of racists, narcissists, energy drainers, not give a fuckerers, and absolute fucktards. And you still expect me, all of you, to be able to do a job for you. Still with no tools to do it. All I can say to you, 17:47 on my timer. All I can say to you, Keir Starmer, again and again and again, is regardless whether you are the most karmicest karmic in the world or the divinest divine, doesn't make a difference. What these ladies said was unacceptable, and anyone else using that, it's just. And there's someone out there, I think, actually, whether they're dead or alive, I think they're starting to learn the real damage that certain things have done over the years. And at the time, they might have meant to do it, or they might not have thought at the time how it was going to affect other people. But I think they're considering that now, but it's too late. It's too late. The damage is done, right? The damage is done. You've got a whole world of monkeys, and nearly all of them live by monkey see, monkey do. And that thumbnail will show you that those kids, in years to come, they'll take their kids onto platforms that they shouldn't, and one of their kids might just drown. Oh, look. Oh, you might not see it. Oh, two swans. They're together. There's one, and the other one's in that bush. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I love swans. I love them. Because when they mate for life. You know? Oh, by the way, I've got a video coming. Actually, I'm just going to do it now quickly while I've got time, and I'm here. 19:25 my timer. Is that 95 again? Silver. Sylvia. Oh, you might like Angelica from the Rugrats. Oh, was that Cynthia? You might like the word Cynthia. 1941, 1942 on my timer. I'm going to tell you this. Catholics, apparently, they can't They can't divorce. But when the partner dies, they can be with someone else. Ask yourself this. 206, 207 on my timer. Is that the work and the word of God, who just wants everybody to be happy and live a happy life, not energetically drained or depressed? Or is that the work of your God? Or is that the word of your devil? And by the way, Silas, you know, he was conditioned, but he was also an angel. 242 on my timer. He was also an angel. He was a killer. Yes, he was. But like I said before, what made him that killer? Monkey see, monkey do. He was conditioned. He was told, I'm going to do this for you, but you've got to do all this for me. And he was built away. Opus Dei, right? That was it. It was about Opus Dei. 2112 on my timer. Now, again, an Opus Dei and the YMCAs, you know. Anyway, Keir Starmer, once again, sweetheart. Absolutely. On behalf of the women. Because I hope it takes away what they said into existence. This angel right now apologises on behalf of the ladies that I was sat with 2 days ago for the words that came out of their mouth concerning you, your life, your worth, your right to be saved if something bad should happen to you. Keir Starmer. Sweetheart, on behalf of these ladies, I apologise. 203 on my timer.